Yeah, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's going on?
Chillin'. What's up?
Nothing much. I am doing very well. I'm glad to be back. We took a week off. How you feeling?
Feel good, man. I missed everyone last week.
Why did we take a week off again? Oh, I remember. We had a lot of stuff to prepare for. We took a little trip to Gainesville, Florida, which was freaking awesome.
Go Gator.
We saw a Gators game, but they lost.
In overtime.
Is that
To a
usually
team they've never lost to ever at home in the history of forever.
Is that usually how it goes? It doesn't go that way usually?
Like I said, first time we've ever lost to that team at home in 100 years. So, nope, not usually going that way.
Okay.
Abe, won them all. Though I did pick a game that I knew would be a good one to watch.
It was freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Crazy back and forth. And unfortunately, before we even sat in our seats, we were down 14-0.
That was wild. So we showed up down 14-0. That was an interesting thing to walk into.
Rough.
Then they kind of played well.
Yep.
And then at the end, they could have made a field goal, and they didn't.
For the win.
And they didn't.
40 yards?
And I think it was less.
I'd like to remind the audience. Maybe we've told this story on the podcast. Maybe it was streamed. But my wife has kicked a 45-yard field goal to win a TV when she was in college. One try.
45 yards?
Yeah.
Did she play soccer?
Yes, she did her entire life.
Okay.
All right.
Good for her.
She got a leg on her.
Good for
Couple of them.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Abe, how you doing over there? You a little under the weather?
Doing good. I'm a little sick this week, but don't worry. Didn't affect my ability to gather data.
Let's go, dude. Love the data gathering. On that note, why don't we get right into it?
You got, bro.
Markstrom.
Yeah, buddy.
I believe you unveiled a brand new sponsor on your stream yesterday.
I unveiled a little something for me. That's a little something for you. That is correct.
Let's go.
That is correct. CafeCayazo.com. Brand new coffee sponsorship of twitch.tv/Markstrom. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
First broadcaster announced as a creator for the brand. First brand ambassador. Love to see that.
Beautiful.
It's an honor. And massive congratulations to you and our friend Monster D-Face for launching an awesome product that I'm excited to share with the community and beyond, because it's going places, my friend.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. And it was our first announcement, or our first time doing anything like this. So I appreciate your guidance with this type of stuff, and it's going to be amazing in the future and right now. So thank you very much for that. You excited to have a coffee sponsor?
As someone who has had the coffee emoji in my title for 8 years of streaming without a coffee sponsor, that answer is yes. Yes, I am.
Wonderful. This is not a sponsor of the podcast, by the way. It is a sponsor of Markstrom, though.
No, but
we'll talk to the guys.
Check out my creator code.
Go ahead. Where can they
for you?
Actually,
I just twitch.tv/Markstrom, type !coffee in the chat, whether I'm live, whether I'm not.
Yep.
Click the link.
Yep. Boom. That's where you should buy it. If you're listening through this podcast, go to his URL for Twitch and you'll find his little panel, or you could do the code that he just said. Buy it. It's great coffee. And Markstrom gets a fat cut from that. It's basically like subscribing to his channel. Look at that, dude. Thank you very much for that, Abe. All right. Enough with the coffee. We're good on the coffee. Let's actually get into some real content that we waited 2 weeks.
That felt like a podcast pre-roll. I liked it. That was good.
Good. I'm glad.
If there are any sponsors listening that would like to sponsor the broadcast for a plugged podcast, please let us know. Get in contact.
We're nice at it, dude. And Markstrom's got the teleprompter, so
I can read an ad like no one's business.
Literally read an ad during the podcast. Boom. How you doing? Let's get into the content, dude. Abe, without coughing all over the mic, what do we got first?
Well, to start us off here, want to jump into the video game world and talk about the recent announcements by Blizzard They announced a new World of Warcraft expansion, which usually is pretty hot in the video game streets as far as announcements go,
World of
as well
Warcraft.
as a lot of updates actually to Warcraft Classic, which we can get into in a
So
little
hot
bit
right now.
So hot right now.
I think I think Mark might be interested in some of the classic stuff too. But with that announcement came my favorite new topic, which is what are people angry about in video games
Yes,
currently?
sir.
And they announced that there would be 3 editions of the game. I think it's like a $40 edition, a $59 or $69 edition, and then a $90 edition. The $90 edition in this case comes with 3 days of early access.
Ooh. What?
Charging for early access is not new.
No.
Nope.
Some folks have done that. Blizzard has already done it with Diablo 4,
Yep.
so we're used to getting it from them. However, in the MMO expansion world, that's pretty new and it's pretty disgusting.
It's egregious. It forces anyone who wants to enjoy the full experience to pay $90
Is that what? Well, why the full experience?
because everyone else gets to start 3 days sooner.
If they pay.
The actual experience of an expansion is to race everybody and to
Correct.
hit the next level cap and to start doing dungeons at the right time. And if someone has 3 days on you, you are literally left in the dust. It is bad. And that first week is like literally everything. Hype is at an all-time high. That everyone's experiencing dungeons for the first time. These people have already done these things. They know the mechanics. Now it's not the same playing field. It's just you're way off kilter. And it's a matter of 1 to 2 days, and that's why people lose their minds. Like they'll take days off of work in advance for something like this. Like you know what I mean? And then if the game gets like delayed or something, they already took time off. They're losing their minds, and then they're getting bodied sometime else. Like these days are crucial.
So
As an avid lifelong MMO player, literally it would ruin my experience to start 3 days late.
Yeah.
I know that sounds very dramatic. I promise you, the effects are palpable.
So when it comes to paying and offering premiums, this is a line you don't cross because this is literally game changing and game breaking and experience breaking for the people who can't afford it.
And the worst part is that they know it, right? So like they're testing backlash right now, and I'm not kidding. They knew that this was going to be a massive point of contention, and they're testing how mad are people going to be? Can we get away with this extra money or not? And I don't know. I don't know where they land on it. I think it's just going to depend on the amount of community outcry. I think it's going to be through the roof because if you listen to, I watched some of the BlizzCon stuff for the classic people. They knew that basically they have a brand new thing for classic, which I'm sure Abe probably has on the list. It's called
It's like
Season of
seasons.
Discovery.
Yeah.
And Season of Discovery is a new version of classic. All new, nothing like anyone's ever played. You basically get a bunch of abilities for classes that they never had before. So it creates crazy combinations that no one's seen. Very cool. Brand new dungeons are involved. There's weird level caps. So the first level cap is level 25. So this makes it super accessible for people like you, Slum, who don't have a lot of time to play a game. You can still get in there, play a little bit via the level cap, experience it with everyone, and then you get to chill. Like you don't have to keep pounding the pavement. You know what I mean? And it's nice, man. It feels. I think it's a great concept. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But when they're unveiling this, they specifically say, and just so that everyone knows, there is no beta and there is no early access period. And everyone cheers. And they know that this is something that people want. The consumer base literally wants from the same company. The difference is that Classic is for people who are, I want to
Purists?
say not morons, but purists is an okay way to look at it. They are people that are completely disenfranchised with gaming, like myself, modern day gaming, because they're literally playing a 20-plus-year-old game instead, like 19 and a half years old, right, is when WoW came out.
Yeah.
They're playing that version of the game instead of everything else on the market right now.
As a conscious decision
like,
they're making.
As a conscious decision. So like you know they have these beliefs, right? And it's like, we know as a company that this isn't the right thing to do, and we're not going to do it with this version of the game. But for the morons that are buying the new version that sucks and that, like, honestly is super casual, requires 0 brain cells, all this, they can pay an extra $30 because they'll probably eat it. It's crazy.
Why?
Same company.
So why do you think you said they're like testing the waters? Why is that really what it comes down to? Like, we want to make a little extra money. Like,
Activision is 100% just testing the waters. Blizzard Activision it's all about the bottom line. They understand that they can they can cater to the ride or dies through Classic and have way more subscriptions that they wouldn't have otherwise, because these are people that would not play the current version of the game. Like myself, I would never pay for a WoW subscription, $15 a month. But they can have all those people on the hook in addition to everyone else. And so they treat these sects of the community differently, even through their business practices, which I just find fascinating. So, interesting stuff.
I think that is a very interesting position that they are in, to be able to try something like that, to be honest. Like, you have basically your customer pools and your client pools in different areas. And like you said, we could do this over here with this group of people. We can't do this over here with those group of people. They know their avatars. They know the tolerance of what this group can handle, what they'll deal with, what this group will deal with, the experience we want to give them.
Just so that, like, you get like a better grasp on like modern day. Like, I'm not being, again, over the top or dramatic when I talk about modern day WoW players. We're talking about an MMO where you literally just pay money for gold in the game. You swipe your credit card for the currency that is used in the game. I am not kidding. Like, that's where we're at right now. It is.
Wasn't it always like that, or no?
No.
Oh.
Everything is earned in Classic, and like, that's kind of the whole point. Like, that's the value. That's why it feels good to get something that you work on for a long period of time, right? Like, it's all about like the journey, you know? And you get this one item that it would take someone like months and months and months of the same journey to even have a shot at something like that. Plus, you add in some randomness, right? Like, does it drop when I do the run? And do I win it? Do I win the roll versus this other person? I have this item and I walk around with this item and everyone sees it. They know what it is and they know the adversity that you had to overcome to get that item. Very cool feeling. Modern day, that guy looks really cool in game. Damn, he's got a nice bank account. Shit. And that's it. That's all that it means, man.
Is that okay
it's
with
really
that
bad.
group? I mean, it has to be okay.
It is a highly accessible version of WoW. But it's for people who have, 2 hours a week to play WoW or have no interest in facing adversity. They capture those two groups all at once.
I don't think I could agree with you more on everything you've said about this so far. And I want to add
Abe's
that
an OG
on your
WoW
stream
player too. And I think definitely this resonates with anyone who's played MMOs that meaningfully respect your time and time investment.
Okay.
Well, I think of a moment on your stream that just like exemplifies this, and that was the Gavel saga. When you were playing
stuff.
It was
explain that to us?
It was amazing content. I'll let Mark explain it better than me.
Okay.
Sure. So in World of Warcraft, there are 2 types of items: bind on pickup and bind on equip.
Okay.
And so bind on pickup means that when you get something, it's bound immediately. Bind on equip is like you can sell it, right, on a market. And then when it's equipped, then it's bound to you. Okay. Right? Make sense?
Yes.
And so in hardcore WoW, the original add-on, you weren't able to sell anything through the auction house. Like, it was you could only use the items that you got yourself.
It was
you
found and
use
equipped
like a
or
player
whatever.
trading economy.
It was always that one option, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
It always just went right to you. equipped
basically.
or whatever. Okay.
Essentially, it made everything bind on pickup. But there was
Pickup,
this
yeah.
table of bind on equip gear that is super rare. Like bind on equips in general basically meant that they were like a 0.001% chance to drop, and there would be a table of them. And so every mob has a loot pool, every like character that you kill.
Okay.
And so for bind on equips, the loot pool was massive. There's a bunch of these like random, really rare BOE items, and any number of them can drop, but the drop percentage is non-existent because you used to be able to make a lot of money farming them because you could just instantly sell and trade them. So there was one in particular. I needed an upgrade for a weapon. It's called the Looming Gavel. When I searched I could have taken any weapon, but when I searched the database, the Looming Gavel happened to be the one that was going to be the best for me. And so I pick it and say, we're going to farm this fish until I get it.
Okay.
And I'm talking 1 in 10,000.
When you kill a fish, there's 1 in 10,000 chance that this thing drops.
Roughly, yes.
Okay.
And so every day I'm killing fish. I got my bandana on. We're listening to Live to Win, a Paul Stanley, which has a lot of significance in the WoW community as it was used in the popularized South Park episode, Make Love, Not Warcraft. And so when they were grinding boars to hit 60.
Yes.
And the irony is that it's just
Live
monotonous
to
grind.
win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So we're banging that. Got the bandana on. I'm killing the fish every day, many days in a row. That's all we're doing.
Okay.
And so we get pretty deep. I end up leveling so much off of these fish after so many days that I'm not getting anything out of it outside of maybe the drop.
Yeah.
We move on. We go to a new place.
Wait, it didn't happen yet?
It was getting to a point where it wouldn't have really like mattered. I'm getting to a level where, okay, I can start looking for other items.
Okay.
Because they will be just as useful, if not more so.
Okay.
I go into a cave. I start killing things. Like 4 days later, that exact item drops, and it happened to have the same loot pool as the fish I was killing off of a random harpy.
Really?
And it was
Electric.
It was electric. It was a moment of absolute, because you don't understand. Not only is it like this insane percent chance, but I could have gotten any of like 100 BOEs that could have dropped in the world.
Yeah.
And I did not get one of them.
Yeah.
The only one that dropped was the one that we wanted.
Holy crap.
It was insane.
How long were you at this? With the fish and everything?
But the fish was like 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
And then we got the in-world drop elsewhere, literally like 2 days later.
Wow. I'm hooked. I want to play.
Honestly, it was just one of those things where like you set an expectation, right? Like I'm goofing around building this like storyline, right?
Sure.
For content.
Yeah.
Little peek behind the curtain. It's like, you know, I want to have this crazy goal. It's ridiculous. It's never going to happen, but I'm memeing it the whole time. Like, surely it's the next fish. We're going to get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The looming gavel looms, right? All these things.
Okay.
And just like the memes, just every single day were great. And everyone's counting the fish. I got chat counting 447, 448 every time I kill a fish. And there'd just be like, it was great.
Do you remember what that number got up to?
It's over 700. It was almost, I think we did like almost 800 fish. It was like 780 some fish.
Oh my
in the
God.
like 3 days that we farmed the fish. And then
how crazy is it that
and then we killed like a couple hundred centaurs and didn't get it from those. And then we've just random harpy cave done.
How crazy is it that you can rally a community behind you and kill a fish for 4 days and then just be hype about it?
It wasn't
It
just
was one of the
rallying
best
them.
moments of the year.
It was like, it was so exciting the whole time. Like, it was actually fun to watch the monotonous like extinction of a species of fish as he was going for this hammer. It was amazing.
Why do you think that was so fun, Markstrom, for the community to watch this?
Defined goal. Wild story. That simple.
And just I think our community is like-minded, where it's like we say we want to do something, we're not stopping.
And we're gonna goddamn do it.
We're not stopping until it
We're
happens.
not stopping until we do.
Oh man, that's
Like
good.
that whole
3,000 and tweak
experience-
a game soon. TM, it's happening.
That whole experience that he just described is possible because of the elements of the old classic version of the game,
Right.
and that hardcore modification compared to the current iteration, which is like, you want a lumen gavel? You got like 350? You can get a lumen gavel.
Yep. Literally. And then that's it. And then like imagine the way that they feel buying that versus the feeling that we experienced through our version.
If
right?
that feeling is
If that's
instantly,
not a metaphor for life, I don't know what is.
it really is, and that's a common theme when we talk about these games. Like we recognize that the games are enjoyable because they mimic life, and
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I've basically, I remember we played this game Starbound or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh,
me,
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
it was me, Nooch, and Stone, and we were playing this game, and they freaking loved it, and I loved it too. And then after a couple Googles, I found out that there's cheats for the game. Typed them in, got every freaking item in the game, ruined the game for all three of us. Just ruined it.
Instantly over. All right,
Instantly
well,
over. And I feel terrible about it. But it's as soon as you get it, if you didn't work for it, it's so unenjoyable. So
And that's why I think it's so important to like make sure that when you define your goals, that it's something you actually want.
I would agree with
Because
that.
that is that's the worst. If you just set some like weird undistinguished like number in your bank account or something for when you're like grinding towards something, that's just like when you get it, it's not gonna feel good.
Yeah. That's
Just
why
because it's like there's not a rhyme or reason behind it. You know what I mean?
yeah, put a rhyme or reason behind it.
Exactly.
This number signifies I could do this. I could buy 5 properties. I can retire my mother. I can do this.
Correct.
All that types of stuff.
And the result is the good thing, right?
Yeah.
So
So paid early access and
Yeah.
a game like this, no go, because you ruin it.
absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for other games, it's just not this type of game.
It's fine when
Yeah.
it's a single player game. Who cares?
Or
You're not even in a world with
Oh,
someone else,
okay.
man. That's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
The
so-
first week of a new expansion is the best part,
Yeah.
and it's not
Yeah.
even close.
Okay. Understood. All right. Well, we'll see. I like keeping up with the outrage. I love these types of segments. So thank you for putting this in there. Next on the docket, I believe we have Fortnite Chapter 1 returns. And here's what Abe typed. And my God, did it do numbies.
Numbies. Yeah, I saw that.
So
Yeah, apparently hit the single highest concurrent that it's ever had as a game, which is incredible. So many years past its like absolute peak.
here's what we have. What do we got? What are these numbers here?
I'll zoom in a little bit, but
Oh,
these
look
are
at that.
the average. This is all time. It does the last 30 days, and then it shows you monthly. So look, if you just look at the peaks,
Yeah.
so that this update happened on November 3rd, I believe, where they
Yeah.
brought essentially the update is they brought back the original Fortnite map.
Oh,
and
wow.
and a lot of the original stuff.
The hype is there.
The average player count went up by about 500,000, which is
Okay.
pretty good. So that was literally a 50% increase in the average alone, but the peak went up by close to 4 million players. They went over 6 million. They've been hitting peak, like that was the highest of the highs there, but they were 5.9 million, 6.1 million, 6.1 million again. Like they've been just crushing ever since they released this update.
This is a game that it came out and I got lost immediately, so I just got left
Mhm.
behind. I know the learning curve is pretty insane with like building and stuff like that. So I kind of just always looked at it as like I don't like that game. I got nothing against the game, but I'm not in it. However, from an outsider and just peeking in, I respect Fortnite for many reasons, and this is one of the reasons. Their ability to get users, their ability to build hype, and what do you think about these numbers, Markson? But then, do you think that's accurate when I give praise for Fortnite with their ability to bring hype to the game, to bring users to the game? What do you think?
Yeah, first and foremost, massive congrats to Epic. I mean, I think there's they basically looked, and I think like this is the connect between everything we've talked about today is this is the classic model.
This is the classic Oh, they brought back the original map.
They brought back
Mhm.
the original, the one
Okay.
that was simple, the one that people have a ton of nostalgia for, the version of the game that didn't necessarily have all of the I don't think it's like necessarily applicable to compare them from like a sense of skill base, because I do think Fortnite in general has only really gotten more complicated in a way that makes it harder for modern day players to keep up with everyone. That being said, uh, I definitely respect going back to the roots. I think there's something about Fortnite having some simplicity that just makes it feel a lot more skill based in the BR and planning sense rather than the mechanical skill. And that's something that people really like, especially something that older gamers really like that would have played the original version and probably have fallen off as a result. So you have this hype where kids have gotten into it over the many years that it's been dominating, and then they brought back this other subsect of the user base that wouldn't play it anymore because it's gotten too technically challenging for the older crowd. So very smart. They went the classic route. I respect it. They took a page out of Blizzard's book, and it obviously has done super well. As someone who hosts a community of an older generation, I feel like I'm always at odds with them on the subject of Epic and what they do with Fortnite, because I'm sitting here looking at they see a bunch of kids doing TikTok dances
Yep.
and they're instantly irritated.
Yep.
And I can't say I blame them, but Epic has done damn near everything right from a development perspective for Fortnite that I wish any of the devs that I've ever worked with had 1/10 of that ability. What they have done to launch creator careers through everything that they've put out is absolutely insane. They've maintained a fun, exciting, constantly dynamic gameplay loop that has kept concurrent player base high. It's made people enjoy the game long term, keeps them hooked in, gives them constantly new stuff to work with. Um, you have all of the creative that they give.
Oh my gosh.
And now you have UEFN,
Yep.
which now people can create their own games within the engine to and profit off of it in a very meaningful way. And so I think that model is something that I personally reference a lot when I'm doing consulting for other game dev companies who aren't looking at Fortnite necessarily as like this litmus for how to develop over time. But let me be the first to tell you, they should. And
Correct.
that's what I advise. And I break down for them like this is how they've introduced new things over time and how and this is the impact that it's had. And yeah, I think that model is incredible. I think the seasonal model is incredible. I think introducing a piece of content that fundamentally changes the game for every experience, like a new piece of utility or tech that all of a sudden people can get really good with, like little bombs that like launch you a certain amount of distance. That's going to potentially change every single fight by putting it in the game, every single fight. And then you have like a piece of content that's like slightly different end game, right? Something that changes the long term of the game. And so like to be able to think that through and implement that in a meaningful way, in a way that players can have an expectation. They know when we're going to get the new season. We know that so basically they fundamentally change the map. They change a piece of tech, and the game is fun and exciting and new and refreshed every single however many months, whatever their cycle is. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But between like them and Grinding Gears games with PoE on the 3-month like new content cycle, as a creator you can't beat that. As a gamer you can't beat that. Everyone is happy, and there's no surprise that both of these continue to be incredibly successful foundations for content everywhere on all platforms. So they can't do enough good things. I can't say enough nice things about Epic.
I think also not only implementing the things that change gameplay in those types of ways, but I'm sorry about that, guys. That's my dog. But I think that they are very in tune with pop culture and the dances the kids are doing and the artists that are mainstream and breaking out. They're constantly doing these in-game experiences like the Travis Scott show or the Kid Lowry show, the Kid Leroy show. Sorry, they're adding in dances like the gritty, the speed dance, all this stuff that some of that stuff might not even change gameplay, but what it does is keeps it fresh. It provides a great experience. Now, when you kill someone, you can gritty on them. Like something like that just hypes kids up, and that is being in tune and being ahead. Like I would love to see the project manager or the coordinators schedule and roadmap for all these new seasons of all the launches they do with the shows, with the dances. It is probably so in depth and probably very far in the future.
They plan so far out, it's insane.
And that's what really blows me away, because that's something that on a small scale, working with like 5 people, working with 10 people, I see how tremendously difficult it can be to think ahead and to plan ahead. And to be that far ahead on a gigantic game, maybe the biggest game right now, it just blows my mind. So when I see them doing this stuff in Fortnite, the shows, they really know how to tap in and not drop the ball either. Like these are big things that they're rolling out, and they're rolling it out perfect timing. It just blows my mind. So I don't play the game. I don't like the game only because I don't play it. So I don't know if I like it or not, but I respect it tremendously. And I love seeing this stuff come out, and like I see it on YouTube all the time. I saw the Travis Scott show blow up, the Kid Leroy show blow up. And I used to wonder, I would be like, did Travis Scott reach out to them to do an experience? And then Fortnite did another experience. Then Fortnite did another experience. I'm like, no, Fortnite is on it. Like they like doing this stuff. They're figuring out their path, and they're ahead of it. They're on it, reaching out to these people, making it happen. And it's very creative, dude. Like to think, I feel like no one else did that before.
No,
it's very creative,
completely unique.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that stuff. So, congratulations, big massive W to Fortnite. Will we ever gonna see you? We ever gonna see you play it on stream?
So I did play season 1 and 2 a little bit on stream, mostly with Monster D-Face. Because he's like really the only friend that I had that was like invested in the game. I was kind of burnt out on BRs to begin with from PUBG. It was just like slightly after PUBG, and I was already kind of done with that. Tarkov was starting, so I put my eggs in that basket, which obviously went well. But or not, depends how you look at it. It went well for a time. But yeah, I mean, and then I did a Twitch Rivals Fortnite teamed up with Katie. I would say maybe like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And our strategy was run and don't get shot, because we don't play Fortnite. We have no clue what we're doing. Like I can play a BR, but I can't build.
No.
No.
Dude, I remember I tried to play it.
It takes thousands of hours to be able to build decently.
They're so quick with it. They're jumping. They're
impossible.
Jumping and building a skyscraper at the same time in real speed. Like
I'm building a 4x4 box, and this dude's got the Taj Mahal next to me. It's insane.
In the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the time investment's insane, right? To be able to compete on that level. But yeah, so I think like I could get back into no build and probably win games. I do think that. However, it's not on my docket. We'll say that. It is not on my docket.
What if we make a custom map with our own UE models in there, and we do a no build, and we do like community games?
What if our custom map takes place inside of the Raven from that one Whiskey Jack commercial?
What's the
which Whiskey Jack commercial?
The one with the nice set on it.
Yeah, that's the one. The Mark After Dark one.
Yeah, the Martian After Dark.
Whatever you want. All I'm saying is
I'm
we can
just
build our own
saying,
map.
then I'm dropping Tilted Towers. You feel me?
Let's
Yeah.
let's keep that in mind. Let's build our
Alright.
own map and do a no build community. I think that would be fire.
It'll be
So
fun.
we'll write that down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap that up. Fortnite, good job. We don't need to give you more hype than you already have, but congratulations. Keep it going. Abe, what do we got next on the docket, my friend?
So this one, we got a little bit of entertainment news. So, and I think this
Ooh,
comes
I like entertainment.
off the heels of the Super Mario movie and how great that did.
Never seen it.
It's actually it's very good. I did watch
It's on
it
my list
finally.
to watch.
I heard it was
enjoyed it.
absolutely garbage, but I
Oh,
did not
every
promote.
single person that I talked to
Said it was
said
good.
it was one of the best movies that they've seen. It's way
Okay.
better. Blew every expectation they had out of the
Yeah,
water.
Alright.
I really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
also, I mean, it's obviously made for kids. Kids
Yeah.
love it.
Did Jack
So
Black
now,
Did he carry it?
I think everyone did a really good job.
Okay.
I think it was just a well cast movie. I know a lot of people
Jack
were
Black
mad
does
that
go hard though.
Super Mario was Chris Pratt, but yeah,
I like
Jack
Chris
Black
Pratt
was
too.
great.
Chris Pratt's
Let's
cool
rock.
too. All right.
Let's rock. Today.
I think on the heels of that and the success that it had, Nintendo has now announced that they are in the development of a live action Legend of Zelda film.
Wait,
Wait.
are you kidding?
What?
About
the live action
I
film?
have it the press release up on the Nintendo.
He's got the press
website.
release.
Bro,
So
you can make me cry on the podcast, man.
development of a live
I
action
need a heads
Zelda.
up on this. I'm getting all emotional, man.
Can you?
Oh my god.
For those who not me, obviously, but for those who don't know of Zelda, those people out there that might not know of Zelda, why is Zelda so big? Why did it just invoke that response from you, Markstrom?
It's growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It was the game that, as I'm playing it, I knew that I'd play video games the rest of my life.
Really?
No doubt in my mind.
And which iteration are you referring to? I think
For
I know
me,
which
that's
one.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes. Okay. I've
I was
played
8 years
all of
old.
the NES and SNES ones, but
And I had been playing video games for like 5 years at 8 years old. Like I started playing Nintendo when I was 3. Like NES, it was Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt and the tennis game and Knockout or Punch Out and all of those. Like the Road Racer game in the desert. Like I played a ton of games. Then I did Sega Genesis, then N64. But when I played Ocarina of Time, I knew that was it. Like I'm playing video games forever.
That is such a beautiful story.
That is, and now I play video games for a living.
Literally.
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. But yeah, man, it's that impactful. 100%.
Jeez.
I mean, the game's a piece of art. Like there's no doubt about it. And I went back recently and I played through Kid Link and just did like the Triforce on stream one day. It was amazing. It was so fun. And like not only do I remember all of it and know how to beat it pretty quickly, but it's just that even just every sound in the game is just so nostalgic because the sound design is so good. The music is legendary, no pun intended. And I mean, it gets remixed into all kinds of music today. Like there's full playlists of just Legend of Zelda mixes. You know what I mean? In more popular modern styles, which is really cool. But the base is all the original lullabies, if you will. But yeah,
Okay.
really cool. That's crazy. That's very exciting.
So
Because I mean, when Super Mario movie comes out, my first thought, and I'm sure a lot of people my age first thought is, wish they'd make a Zelda movie.
okay,
For real. So
possibly.
that's crazy.
But Super Mario's wasn't a live action, correct? That was an animated.
correct.
Live action
Correct.
is real actors, right?
Correct.
All right, I could get behind this one. Is there
Yeah,
anything?
I think.
Good.
Well, I think Super Mario and the concepts don't really. I mean, there
It doesn't lend
was
itself to live action.
there was a Super Mario live
And
action
I watched
movie.
the shit out of it every
Yes.
single day on VHS, and it was fire.
Yes.
As a kid, I was very happy with it.
Yeah.
I
I
go
was
back
going to
as
say
an
the same
adult and I
thing.
look at that Goomba and I was like, I don't know how I didn't have nightmares, man.
Yeah.
That Goomba was not right.
terrifying.
Terrifying.
I'll
Absolutely.
pull up an image.
Please do.
It's not. Yeah, it's wild. You gotta see this thing.
While
Slim.
you're doing that, I would like to. Who do you think is going to get casted?
I have no idea.
So
I hope they do a great job.
It's a
If they
girl
do
or it's a boy.
Okay. So the meme, Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
the meme is that the main character is a guy,
Okay.
Link,
Okay.
not his name is not Zelda, for
Okay.
clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda is Princess Zelda, who you have to save.
Very similar to the Mario lore. I'm guessing. Why is everyone saving princesses?
It's definitely the save the princess trope,
Yeah.
no
Era.
doubt.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's
I mean,
a little badass though.
That being said,
Yeah,
spoiler
Zelda's not
alert,
just
she's badass, and
Yeah.
she does some fighting from time to time as an alternate identity.
Well, wait.
Princess Peach ain't doing shit.
Okay. All right. Wait. So is it the same person? No.
Zelda and Link? No.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
okay. Why did I think it was the same person? I don't know. Well,
It's new to the internet. Don't worry about it.
What the frig is that, dude?
That is the live action
that's the
Goomba.
That's not
That's
the
the
Goomba, dude.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Why does it look like it's about to be gigantic in the lower body region? Or
It
the,
Well, it
well,
is.
Why?
It is.
Why?
I'll get you another image.
Because how do you make a live action version of a Goomba?
Midget.
What would you do?
Super small. Super small. And sorry if that word is out of. Sorry, didn't mean that.
Little
But
person.
a very small person or like round meatball with legs.
Bro,
What do you mean?
what do you mean?
Those
That
are
is
not
Bowser
Goombas,
with
dude.
Goombas. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Bowser.
What's the one on? Oh, that's
They're both Goombas.
interesting. The dinosaur one on the right is a Goomba.
Yes.
Mhm.
He is
Who
also
the
a
heck
Goomba.
made this movie, dude? Who was responsible for this?
I will dig that one up. I'm pretty sure this one was a little low budget.
Oh, I think the one on the right's supposed to be a Koopa. For clarity, I just
Koopa.
clicked and I got a little,
Okay.
zoom in there. I think it's technically a Koopa.
A Koopa and a Goomba.
Yeah.
Man, I think they did pretty bad on that one. I'm not gonna
Pretty
lie.
terrible, yeah. But having said, 1993 maybe.
Yes, it's spot on. Actually, if you didn't look that
Wow,
up, that's
okay,
impressive.
nice. Yeah, not. I feel like they did what they could. Live.
I think they
live
went-
It was done
action,
by-
bro, I think they did what they could.
I think they did more than they could. You could have just put that head on something very small. But you're saying to get the head, they had to put it on human bodies so that they could walk around?
Yeah,
is that-
part of their characters in the. I don't know, man. It's hard.
Yeah, I think they're like people that get altered this way by Bowser, so they were
Yeah.
humans first or something. and-
okay.
Yeah. Supposed to be part
Okay,
of the lore.
I understand that. Very interesting. Interesting. I think they missed the mark with that one, but okay. All right. Well,
That being said, they don't have like. There's enough main characters in Zelda that are human
yeah.
that they'll be a-okay.
Yeah.
A
okay.
monster's a monster, a human's a human.
Who's your pick for the main star for Zelda for Link?
Man, for Link,
Yeah.
You got two
Timothée
versions now,
Chalamet,
you did-
bro.
I knew you were gonna
100%,
I
bro. Get
knew
him
you were
in
gonna say
there.
that. I knew you were
No,
gonna
I-
say that.
Because that is Link's build.
That's the Dune kid.
Yeah.
I like him,
You
but he's
need-
not.
you need a
he's
young
not
Link too, though.
dude.
Yeah, that is young Link.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, he looks like a
okay.
14-year-old boy.
I want to see like adult Link grizzled. You know what I'm saying?
Grizzled like
Do
Thor.
Yeah.
they get Cavill? Do they reach out to Cavill?
Cavill?
He loves video
mean,
games.
Is it Cavill?
Yeah,
Henry-
is it
Henry-
Cavill?
It's
Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Cavill?
Henry Cavill? It changes.
Yeah. I know.
Tim,
No, he's too big.
He
Too
is
big.
gigantic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's too buff.
All right, so he's got to be lanky and small. I mean, that is like the only
just
guy.
lean.
What about
Actually-
What about Andrew Garfield? He was a good Spider-Man.
Oh, he's in the network, the
Nah.
social network, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with
That-
him.
Not for Link.
I think actually, you know what, dude? Have you been watching Gen V or no?
No.
There's an actor in there that's really good,
Solid.
really good, and he comes in a little later. For those who are watching now, I think his name is Sam. I think Sam is a really good actor. He's probably about to blow up after this show.
Cool.
He's not even like I guess he has a big part in this show, but it built up. it builds up to the end, and he's probably a gigantic part in the show. But yeah, I think this kid's going to be a big actor moving forward. He could probably be Link, so we'll see, or Zelda.
I have one more too, and I promise I'm not just thinking of Spider-Man's, but Tom Holland has a smaller build too. He might have the right build because Link isn't big. You're right.
Tom Holland?
He's the current
that's
Spider-Man.
Who I thought you were talking about first. What'd you say before? The middle Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, he was the Sony Spider, or the other
the Social Network
one-off
movie.
Oh, that is actually a decent Link. I'm with you on that.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
No,
I thought he could be good.
That actually makes sense for like build and face. Okay, I'm
build
with you.
and face.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I don't. All right, and he had blonde hair, right, in the movie or
gotta sell me.
the game. He's got blonde hair.
Yeah, he has blonde hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll take a. My bet is the kid from Gen V.
All right, my bet's Chalamet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go with Garfield then. I'll just
right.
stick to my guns.
All right. Good stuff. We'll check back in. The winner gets a coffee from both of you. Meaning if I win, you both buy a bag of coffee. If you win, I buy you a bag of coffee. If he wins.
Time out though. Do we have to use Mark's creator code?
Everything ever since we got back from Vegas, bro. No more,
dude.
But do we have to use Mark's creator code?
Yeah,
because he's making money regardless.
We do. All right, fine. But we'll figure it out. I'm excited to see who wins though. Abe, what do we got next?
All right, so I need you to do the heavy lifting on this one because I don't understand this world very well.
Okay.
But this is a new tech alert for an announcement by Sony. They are releasing the A9 III.
Yes.
Which is a camera.
Oh, the A9 III.
A9 III is what it's called.
Snap.
Yeah, the A9 III.
Okay.
So Alpha 9 Mark III is the actual official name of it.
Yep.
And it is being titled as the world's first full frame global shutter camera.
Yes. Okay. So let's just start with this. I am a Sony camera user. Get that straight out there. And
Don't get twisted.
Listen here. If anyone was ever to clip something, it is this right now. I have a buddy. Let's set the groundwork right now. When you decide your brand, this is a big decision. Because not only are cameras $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, but the glass, the lenses that you put on these cameras are also very expensive. There's $30,000 lenses. It gets very expensive. So you pick your brand and you hope you pick the right one. So, Sony.
For clarity, because you can't mix and match.
Because you cannot mix and match. So, you can always jump ship, but you don't jump ship because you already spent $60,000 on Sony.
You got to unload the camera or all the lenses.
Correct. So, Sony, listen here. If you ever want to throw cameras my way, how about this for providing value? Ready? I gave you guys one of your VIP clients. So my buddy, insane wildlife photographer, 168 Wildlife. You can look him up on Instagram. Insane wildlife photographer. He was always a Nikon guy. Loved Nikon. Had $200,000 worth of Nikon. That's a lot. That's a lifetime of Nikon. Then I met him, and he was still a Nikon guy. But, oh, dude, my man, thank you for bringing this up. Look at that, dude. Guess what? None of those are Nikon. Those are all Sony. Sony, when I met my buddy, he was shooting Nikon. I brought Sony into his life because I started with the A7 III, and I convinced him, and I won him over. He sold all his Nikon gear, and now he is a Sony guy. He's got every single one of your cameras and all the best lenses, all the most expensive lenses. So you're welcome, Sony. Anyway, that's why you pick your brand. You hope you picked right. Shout out 168 Tattoo, or shout out 168 Wildlife. They also own a tattoo shop. That's why I said that. Anyway, Sony's the best. And this camera, let's talk about the global shutter. Why global shutter? If it's true global shutter, which I think it is insane. So when you look at a TV, you ever look at a TV when it's static? You might not have seen a static TV in a while, but like remember those cube TVs that you see the static on the TV? You're in a weird channel and you see the static. If you look at it, the static starts at one corner, goes this way, works its way down like this. Just like that. all the way down the row. That's how a camera shutter also works. Same type of way. Starts at this corner, works to this side, goes all the way down. That's why if you've ever had a camera or pointed a camera out the window as you're driving, or if you've ever shaken a camera, it gets super wavy, super wavy. That's called rolling shutter. That's not cool. We don't like rolling shutter unless you're trying to shoot some weird freaking distorted what's that movie, the Blair Witch Project, or something weird. Unless you're going for it, we don't like rolling shutter. So global shutter, if it's true global shutter, it takes away rolling shutter. It snaps it all basically all at once. Now it might be pseudo global shutter, so I will scrutinize you a little on that if that is true. Sony, Gabe, can you Google rolling shutter, pseudo global shutter, whatever? So the idea is basically to get rid of rolling shutter. No one wants rolling shutter, and go for an image or something. I'll show. We can see what pseudo. Yep, that's fine. So for those watching right now, or for those listening, it's basically a quick diagram. Give a zoom in on that of what rolling shutter is, what true global shutter is, and what pseudo global shutter is. You can kind of see how pseudo works, and it's a workaround. Like, it is what it is. But if you can do everything at once, which is global shutter, you can use the full frame and not have to crop. That's why they're saying there's no crop, because I'm guessing it's true global shutter, which is amazing. So, Sony, good job. Let's talk about another couple specs on this camera. So the camera is capable of shooting at 120 frames per second without any blackout and a maximum shutter speed of 1/80,000 seconds.
Jesus.
Very fast, very fast. So let me put this in. If you still have, now you don't have them up there. So 168 Wildlife, the tattoo guy or the photographer I was just talking about, he shoots birds. Are there any birds that flap their wings super fast?
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird.
So he gets these hummingbirds like no one else gets them. He gets them with no blur on their wing. No blur on their wing. So you might be able to find one in here, but he takes so many, dude. He kills it, and he really likes owls. Look, there's one. Oh, go up a little bit. The red flower. Keep going right there. Up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a hummingbird right there. Okay, there's a little blur, little tiny blur, but imagine how fast these freaking hummingbirds are flapping their wings, and imagine how small that hummingbird is.
Yeah, it's tiny.
These cameras are absolutely insane. So global ISO. A base ISO of 250, that's great. That means there's not a lot of grain on your base ISO. That's techie stuff. We don't have to talk about that. Basically, Sony blew the competition out of the water with their focusing. So Markstrom's camera doesn't do it. But if you look at my camera, it is focused on my eyes. They absolutely crushed the game with eye focus. I
have eye focus.
You got what?
I have eye focus.
It just doesn't work.
It's the old focus system, so it's slow and non-responsive. And it will flicker in and out.
Yeah, so they're new.
It has an option. There's an option on my camera that reads eye focus. You can turn it on.
So their new eye focus, absolutely insane. And you can also get it on birds and animals. Absolutely crazy. So now let's talk about and also just the quality of photos. For those who don't know about photos and videos, if you take a photo and want to like mess with the color, basically with this camera, you have tremendous ability to push and pull colors in the video and picture anywhere you want to go without it breaking apart. That's something cool. That's something for people who like editing and color correcting and all that stuff. Video 4K at 60 frames per second. That's fine. That's normal. They already have that. Global shutter. That is the biggest thing. So if they're pushing this camera as the global shutter camera. Abe, is that why this is like big right now?
That is why it popped up and what made the news that it did.
Okay. All right. Well, dude, I mean, I'm already convinced. I'm a Sony guy. Everything in my arsenal is Sony. I'm there, dude. But however, Markstrom is in the market for a new camera right now. So, Sony, if you're listening, after all of that hype I just gave you, after all of that, send my man the camera. Maybe not the A9, I understand, but give him a A6600. Beautiful crop sensor, eye focus. Send it through, and he'll give you a nice review. What do you think? What do you think, Markstrom? They'll send you one?
Surely.
After that impassioned speech, they better. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. There you go. And for all those creators out there listening, Sony, do your own research for what brand you want to link up to. But I will tell you that I have a tattoo of the Sony Alpha logo because just like Markstrom's Link and Zelda story, this is the camera that changed, not that camera. Sony A7 III was the camera that changed my life. It was perfect. And everything they've made after that has just solidified it in my soul that they really got a grasp on what they're doing with cameras, and they're just leading the game, leading the charge.
Lead the speech with the I have the tat of the logo on the come on.
It's
that's big.
I'm a big Sony fan when it comes to cameras.
Transitioned you from music to media.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, but also do your own research, guys. Because cameras are big investments.
Buy a Sony.
Buy Sony, but do your own research because cameras are big investments. My first camera, I did 6 weeks of filming a guy 2 days a week and editing to buy it. Basically, I made a deal and said I'll do all this work, but I'm not doing it on the crappy camera I have right now, this crappy point and shoot. So you buy this camera and I'll work it off with this job, and then it's mine.
Boom.
Did it. Got my camera, and it was
nice.
The best thing ever. That was after my grandparents didn't give me a loan to buy a camera. Can you imagine that? I can imagine that now that I'm older and not a young buck. I went to him. I was like, guys, this is gonna be big. I just need $2,600. And they said no. It is what it is, dude. It is what it is.
And I have a question though.
Go ahead.
That was a loan.
Yeah.
You asked for a loan.
I asked for a loan.
Does it feel better having figured it out for yourself?
100%.
That's right.
100%.
Yep.
So what they really loaned you was a lesson,
ladies and gentlemen.
They loaned you a lesson.
That's
there
all we're trying to say here today.
Think for yourself.
Less about overcoming adversity and just get into classic. We're making a guild.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't thought back and thought about that in a while. So thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad I could take you down memory lane. That's good.
There's no way Abe just took the credit for that. Thank you, dude.
Hey, what got us talking about it? I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. You're welcome. Oh my gosh.
No problem, man.
Anyway. All right, Abe, what do we got next, dude?
All right, so to close it out today, I always like to find some kind of weird science-y thing that's going on, and this one was there's a firm that is researching a device that can induce lucid dreaming on demand. So the device is called the Halo.
Okay.
And it's the company's called Prophetic. So the idea is that it combines machine learning models and ultrasound devices. So the ultrasound actually blasts your brain with ultrasound waves to like alter something about how your brain is processing during REM sleep to induce and then stabilize lucid dreams. And lucid dreams, for people that don't know what that really quantifies, it means essentially the dreams that you are aware you are dreaming and have full control over the dream. So you can essentially alter what's happening in your dream.
Yeah, this is how you end up with precogs, man. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Minority Report, like the chicks in the water.
I didn't see it, dude.
Oh man, can you do the homework?
Can you explain?
Do the homework, bro.
What is a precog?
remember the pre-crime idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how we end up with that.
could determine what was going to happen in the
Yes.
future and prevent crimes
Yes.
by expecting through their visions. Yeah, I won't tell you any more because there'll be spoilers, but
Okay.
that's precog.
Okay. All right.
But they're
How
like
the heck
they're
did-
basically they're not having lucid dreams, but they're having like dreams of the future.
Okay. So you don't
Makes
want
me nervous. You say certain things make your balls hurt, dude. This makes my balls hurt. I'll tell you what, like
why?
I don't like the idea. Listen, I'm the guy that I go to sleep, my head hits the pillow.
Yeah.
I wake up 8.5 hours later, fully rested. I have no idea what happened, and it's magical. And I wake up and I'm not groggy and life is good. And I don't remember any dreams and it doesn't matter. I am just full reboot. You know what I mean?
Man, you don't experience dreams?
Not really.
Bro.
Not that I haven't dreamt. Like I've had dreams. To be honest, I had dreams when I was a kid.
Okay.
As an adult, I used to also have like anxiety as a kid and like not be able to like fall asleep, and I'd sit there and my mind would race and all this like pretty normal stuff that I think a lot of people have to deal with. As an adult, none of that.
Wow. Interesting.
Instant sleep and no real dreams. Like my brain's not really trying to process a bunch of shit. Like it's just down to chill. It's
Dude,
very lucky.
I
I
have-
understand that that's a very fortunate position to be in, and most people have to deal with a bunch
I don't know
of
about
terrible
fortunate.
sleep
Dreams
issues.
are awesome.
See,
Dreams are wonderful.
I
And you
never
take-
had dreams. I was like, wow, that was a great dream.
Really?
They were all shit.
Bro.
Have you ever had a lucid dream
Most
where you could like control what you were doing?
Bro, most of mine are lucid. I didn't know there was a name for it. Most of mine are lucid.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
I've
not dreaming
experienced a
every
few of them.
night, like, but when I do have dreams, most of them are lucid.
You
Like-
know you're dreaming,
Yep.
and you have control over
Yep.
it. You're impacting.
And
it.
then when the freaking scary guy comes out of the closet, I wake up.
You would think if you were controlling it that there wouldn't be a dude. in
Yeah,
the
let's
closet.
let's
no, no,
unpack
no, no,
this.
no. No.
Whatever.
Oh, okay. On that level too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this is like
okay.
people
No, I don't-
report
I
being
can't-
able to
oh.
raise worlds and create things in front
Yeah,
of them.
dude.
It's like you're
Okay.
God.
Okay. No, I can control if I run down that alley or that alley. Like I
Okay.
can't control that I'm being chased by a guy with an axe.
Are
You
you
know what I mean?
actually controlling it, or do you think you're controlling it?
I think I'm controlling it. I think I am.
Because you made a decision,
Yeah.
but
I don't
you
know.
understand? You get what I mean? The
There's so many
differences?
different layers now. Yeah, I mean,
What
I
is
guess I'm
the-
not controlling the world that I'm
You're
building.
gonna have to go deeper. Somebody spin a spinner, dude. Someone spin the top. We're going deeper.
Well, but you take the good with the bad with dreams, because I've had some really good dreams. I remember when I was in high school. Don't tell Trish. I remember I was
Here
in
we
high
go.
school, and I had this dream of walking down the hallway, and there was this girl walking down the hallway, and we locked eyes, but we kept walking. And I don't know. I woke up and I was like, I feel that. Like she probably woke up too, and she's feeling it too. For real,
You guys woke up and stared at the same moon, wondering if the other
Yeah,
one
yeah,
had the
yeah,
same
yeah.
dream.
Bro, it was
Then
that feel. I
exchanged
swear,
letters
to
at a mailbox at a lake house.
you. Bro, it was that. It was really like a feeling like that. Then I had those dreams where it's like I'm ripping quads and freaking dirt biking. I wake up, I was like, that was a sick dream, dude. I'm pissed that it's not real, but that was a sick
Never
dream,
in my life woke up
Yeah.
from a dream and thought that was dope.
bro.
Not one time.
I think you're missing out a bit on that one.
You are.
I
And then
think
how about
Probably.
this one? This was an interesting one. I'm standing on the corner at my mom's house, and my dad, who never exercised a day in his life, comes jogging around the corner in short running shorts and just smiles at me and keeps running. And that was a silly dream. I have no clue why he's wearing short jogging shorts and
The fact that
jogging.
you can recall like even more than one dream right now is incredible to me.
Bro, I'm telling you, you're missing
That's
out.
how little
Bro,
no idea.
dreams are wonderful.
I have a couple of like bad dreams that I remember in a traumatic way from as a kid.
Oh yeah? Well, I'd love for you to rehash those traumatic experiences. What do you got? We can start
one
mine
of
if
the
you want.
nightmares. One of the nightmares that I would have that was recurring sometimes. It was based on like, you ever go to Disney? No, never
No,
been to Disney.
I'm not a Disney guy.
I
Remember?
know. I remember.
Okay.
As soon as I asked you, I remember.
Okay.
There's a ride that simulates like being really high in the sky. It's like Peter Pan, and you're flying over a city, but you're
Okay.
like sitting in a cart.
Yeah.
I had a really bad reoccurring dream about like falling out of the cart, but like I'm not falling down to like, you know, the 3 feet out of the cart. I'm actually falling like that length.
Like free falling.
Yeah, like free
Okay.
falling into like a city.
Okay.
That one was a bad one.
And then you probably woke up right before you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Or
Rough.
you were just falling forever. What was it? Because a lot of my dreams, if something bad's
Never
about
made
to
it
happen,
to the ground. That's
you,
for sure.
yeah, you never
Never make it to the ground.
you never actually like die. You wake up.
Yeah, because like a panic. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever
central
had the
nervous
one like the sleep paralysis though?
Yeah, that
I've experienced that a couple times.
terrifying.
That's
I've never
the
had sleep
worst
paralysis.
thing ever.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, that happened to me the other day, and it was scary because I thought this was my life now.
Mm-hmm.
I was laying on the couch, like I've been taking little tiny like power naps with Draco on the couch.
They're nice.
And I couldn't, I was like woken up. I think it was a dream. What is sleep paralysis? You're literally there and you can't move.
Yeah, it's almost like you know you're dreaming.
Yeah.
And you're trying to wake up.
Yeah.
And you just perpetually can't wake up.
But are you awake? And you
No, I
can't
don't think
move?
you're actually awake.
Because
at
it
least
was
in my experience.
because it was photo real and it was exactly where I was, like in real life.
Yes.
And my
that
eyes,
happens.
I felt
Yes.
like I can't move. And I'm looking around and I'm trying to move and I couldn't move.
Yep.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Not great.
I don't want those dreams if that's a dream.
No, but you got to take the good with the bad, right? You got to have a couple of them to have the
I
ones
heard
where
a guy
you're
who said that.
dirt biking, you know, or you want to see your dad running around in joggers, you gotta have a couple sleep paralysis.
Joggers,
every
it was
once
short
in a while.
shorts.
Short shorts.
Oh
Hey,
man,
you're welcome for bringing that up.
Oh god, you're welcome. All right, so is this a pill that they're making, or you said it shoots
No,
sound
so
waves at your brain?
I'll do a little here. Here's my best explanation of it. So essentially, they use ultrasound waves, but it's known as transcranial focused ultrasound. So basically, it pulses and probes your brain, and then it based on the neural activity and responses, it'll keep like pulsing and probing your brain to give it the stimulation it needs to
Electrical
maintain.
stimulation via halo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Like a medical device.
Now I don't know how you're supposed to sleep with the thing on either, because
Yeah.
I think there was a picture of it. Yeah, like that.
Oh, I've slept with worse.
Yeah, I mean, some
I don't
people
know.
sleep with whatchamacallit?
Sleep apnea masks.
Sleep apnea masks.
Oh yeah,
so,
CPAP machine. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And I know a lot of people sleep with eye masks, which I also can't do, but
I'm guessing that just
Alexandra does that sometimes.
probably just goes right across your like dome up here.
yeah.
That's interesting, man. I don't know, dude, because now it's like you could shock yourself and just fry your brain. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
There is that aspect of
I'd
it
like
too.
to
I
watch.
fry my brain with other things all the time, so
Okay.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, but
God.
you sound like you're not trying this though, Mark.
Just because I just don't have this like affinity for dreaming. Never have. So it just like doesn't really, I don't know, doesn't juice me.
Yeah, I'm okay with not going to that realm. I'm all right with my dream ratio right now to nightmares to good dreams, and
Okay.
without taking the risk of frying my brain. I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you want to
I think
hear?
I'd give it a shot.
Do you want to wrap up? Before we wrap up, do you want to hear my child nightmare that sticks out to me the most?
Oh, yeah, what do you got?
So this might have been the dream that shocked me so much that I ended up sleeping in my mom's room until I was in like 8th grade, dude.
Okay.
I kid you not. So, do you know Toy Soldiers? I think it was. Do you know that movie?
Small soldiers.
Is it
Small Soldiers.
Is
yeah.
it Small Soldiers?
Small soldiers.
There's no
Yeah.
such thing as Toy Soldiers.
Where the toys come to life,
Yes.
essentially, and
Yes,
yeah,
the
yeah.
gargalons.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's that one. Anyway, So Dream starts.
Organites. For those at home that are trying to correct me right now, screaming. If you repeated it's not Gargalon, then you can figure it out yourself. But all right, go ahead.
So Dream starts with a lot of chaos. I'm in like a factory, a rusty factory, and there's bullet. It's like a war zone almost, and I'm running. I'm getting chased, and I'm running, but it's very obscure why I'm running. Like I don't see anyone yet, and I'm running, and I go up this factory, and I take a staircase, and then I walk onto a catwalk, and the catwalk is, if you know what a chain linked fence is, have you ever seen catwalks that have like a tighter woven chain linked fence, but it's on the ground? It's what you're walking on. So I get up to this catwalk and I turn around, and there's this big toy soldier who, it's the character that flips his head around and there's a cannon in his chest. That's a real character, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's
that's
not
the
Sergeant Chip Major or whatever his
something
name
like
is,
that.
but it's like his right hand man.
Yep. So I'm seeing this guy. He didn't flip yet. So he's just a big guy and just covered in, this was like a realistic version. So he's like bloody. He's all this. So he's walking towards me and I'm stepping back, scared, just terrified. I'm a young kid stepping back, and I step and I fall. My right leg goes through the chain link. There's like a hole.
Unlucky.
And now I'm stuck there. I didn't fall all the way through. I'm stuck one leg through.
The impending doom.
Yep. So he's walking towards me, and I can't do anything. And he gets close to me, and he flips, and there's a big gun on his chest pointed right at me, and I freaking wake up, and I probably pissed the bed that night. And that was a nightmare. Before I got
Is it that one?
No, I don't know. He's got to be flipped. I got to see it.
Okay.
I got to see the cannon out of the chest. I don't even know if it's the actual thing because I'd never watched Small Soldiers or whatever you're talking about. But I know
There was a bunch of like commercials for it, and then there were toys.
Yeah, that's probably how it happened.
Yeah. And so it's funny because my other reoccurring dream, very similar, Western style, basically like dueling somebody, but like not intentionally, or like this guy was just being shady, pulls a gun on me. But then what would happen is the whole dream sequence would reset and it'd start at the beginning. And it would happen multiple times. Second time, third time, I was still sleeping the whole time. And then eventually he would shoot. And that's when I'd wake up.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, very weird. But it's like that same concept of like the impending doom and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your brain knows.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Puppet Master?
No.
I don't even think it was supposed to be scary, but it was like dolls coming to life. That haunted me for most of my childhood.
I don't like that at all. No.
I had this doll that it wasn't supposed to be a Chucky doll, but it kind of looked like it. And like I had a recurring nightmare
that were like this.
That killed me.
I also was not a fan of.
Yeah, the ventriloquist dummy.
Yes, the ventriloquist doll, and
I'm still afraid of like those style of dolls to this day.
Yeah, they're terrifying, dude.
I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said that I am totally okay with walking down into my dark basement by myself as a grown man. and like, it just is what it is, dude.
Sometimes your balls hurt, dude.
Jesus Christ. All right. Before we wrap it, that was a wonderful conversation. Markstrom, what's going on, dude? You're back streaming, sorta. I know you got another little trip, but what's going on?
Not back, but I will be back.
What's your future looking like?
Next week, midweek, we'll be back in action, and we'll be live twitch.tv/Markstrom for the rest of the year. We're going to be not traveling for the holidays, so it'll be kind of nice to have like semblance of normalcy through that, be able to stream for, a lot of people who don't get the family and friends experience for the holidays. I like being online when I can be during those times. And so we'll be putting in some extra hours to keep them company for sure. So that's the plan. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, this weekend is our baby shower. So gonna spend some time with some family and friends of our own.
Congratulations.
That's the plan.
Congratulations,
wonderful,
again.
dude. Abe, how about you, dude?
While Markstrom is streaming, you can always find me over there at twitch.tv/Markstrom. I'll be moderating the channel. I actually this weekend also won't be around. Not that it matters, but it's my 5th wedding anniversary on Friday.
Hey, that's big.
So I'm
Congrats.
taking a little trip with the wife. So after that, though, back to the grind, moderating and doing my real job.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Beautiful. And I am Slum, and I'm always in Markstrom's channel as well. You can find me over there. And if you're a company that needs some production work or something like that, we run an insane production company. You can see us at lts.media. And then also, we just launched a coffee company. Bada bang, bada boom. So go get your coffee, but make sure you go to Markstrom's channel first. Use his little link or his panel, whatever you want. Support the that's okay. Let me just explain real quick. I know we're sending you guys off. The biggest thing about this company is supporting the creators. So, not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but literally the splits that the creators are making are probably I'm not too informed about the other markets, but they are very, very good for the creators. And that's what this coffee company is. It's meant to support the creators. So every time someone buys a bag that through the creator, they're basically getting a They're basically getting a sub on Twitch, which is pretty freaking good. So make sure you support.
Now, is there going to be a Markstrom roast as well eventually?
Yeah, I think you might be onto something, Abe.
Okay. Little teaser McGeezer.
Teaser McGeezer. Other than that, it's been a wonderful freaking episode. And Markstrom, you're getting back before Wednesday next week?
Yes, I will be here.
Then we will be back next week, Wednesday, with another beautiful episode. Until next time, see you guys later.
Deuces.